There were a lot of people in that room that were sort of reluctant to be able to interact with him just because of the struggle that he was going through. And what I loved about Mary Martha was she knelt down on the floor beside him and just started spending time with him and asking him questions and helping him open his periodical box so he could see all the toys.
Mary Martha had stayed up most of the night and correcting all those boxes and making them literally perfect and repacking probably 200 boxes by herself. She was showing that she cared about the hospital, but also that she cared about us because we were exhausted. She just took it on herself to go and do all that so that the kids would get the boxes that they wanted. It was pretty phenomenal to see.
There's ways that you care for people simply, whether it's asking if you want a cup of coffee or how's your family, how's your work life going, how's your work and home life balance going. All of those things she incorporates into daily life. That's what working at Periodicals is about connecting to people and showing them that we care, and ultimately that companies care when they deliver boxes to kids and veterans.
I wanted to send something that when Uncle Burke opened it, he would realize this was sent from someone who really knows me. That's kind of the purpose of a gift, is to show people you care. And what better way to show them you care than that you know them and that you took the time to do something special for them. We decided to start Periodicals, where we could send gifts out to people specific to their interests that would show people they really cared about them. Everything focused on one person ordering one box and giving it to one person. Gary joined the company, and he really was the one that had the vision to switch it to, okay, if we can do one box for one person, wouldn't it be awesome if we did 400 people giving 400 boxes to children in the hospitals? He just realized there was this natural transition from giving boxes to people in the hospital, like how can we transfer that into a corporate team building event that's beneficial to the company, but also beneficial to the hospital and the community.
We had the initial thought of, let's assemble the periodical boxes ourselves in our warehouse and have our team do the work. But after that, we realized part of the engagement we were missing, and maybe the most important part, was how do you get this team of 100, 200, 300 people that work for companies to actually do the work and not only be a part of sponsoring the event, but actually do the work to make it happen. We had corporations that we worked with who had held numerous children's hospital events. We realized we needed to have a way for them to have that same experience, but we wanted to couple that with other populations, especially of hospital patients that needed cheer. And we thought the perfect population would be veterans, because veterans have given so much for our country.
We get feedback from the VA hospitals and from the Child Life team, the children's hospitals, and what they've said is, in addition to showing the children that the community cares about them and relieving the mom of some stress in the room, we're hearing that it's actually part of the healing process.
And I think that box for the veteran shows that someone really cares for them, and that's important in the healing process.
I think the box shows that, but just as important, I think the person who delivers the box, I think that's equally as important.
One of the large companies we work with came to us and said, we want to have an event based in Toronto, Canada, and we want to be able to impact 4 children's hospitals across the country. It became very complex, and that's when we became engaged with FedEx.
The whole company depends on the shipping of the supplies getting there. If we show up and all of the toys and boxes aren't there when we get there, there's really no reason for the event to occur. So it's huge for us.
If there are 250 children's hospitals and we've been to 100, then we should go to all the other 150 and go to them multiple times like the 100 we've been to. And for veterans hospitals, if there are 175 and we've been to 30, we should go to all of them, and we should go multiple times. At Ronald McDonald Houses, there's 375, we should go to all of those. We now realize that we also want to get back to being a company who can provide gifts for individuals, for the one single person who's in the hospital who wants to have something to cheer them up, and we want to send a personal gift that has impact.
And since we already have relationships with all these corporations that do the corporate team building events with us, so that's another area that we can really move into, where we're providing individual gifts for those corporations as well as their corporate team building events. Building the individual gift boxes allows us to give back to one person and to show that we care to one person. But by doing corporate team building events, now we're able to do that for sometimes thousands of children all on one day.
We basically magnify
right.
What we could do for one person. We have that same feeling that happens to one person. It can happen to 300, 400, 500.